good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another pregame show of the Montreal Canadiens. Game number 36 in the season. So don't go nowhere. Today, the Montreal Canadiens are in the Chicago Blackhawks. The game starts at 8:30. We're going to do the live stream play-by-play. But before that, we want to invite you. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the likes. And finally, tell us what is your prediction of the game between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Montreal Canadiens. Let's dive in right away and talking about game number 36, pre-game show of the Bleu Blanc Rouge. Let's dive in here, and I'm going to make myself in the corner. Here we go. Coach, show up at that moment. First of all, let's start in with the by number. First of all, the Chicago Blackhawks win the last two games, and the last 10 games are 3-4-3. And during the season so far are 13-18-5. Their record at home are 6-7-3, on the road 7-11-2. Montreal Canadiens lost their third straight game, 7-24-4. They are today, after the loss again the Chicago again the Boston Bruins 5-1, and Arizona beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. The Montreal Canadiens become completely at the bottom of the standing in NHL season 2021-2022. And I know this is not fun for the Montreal Canadiens fans. The last 10 game, no chance. 1-7-2 on the road. They have only 2 wins and 19 game attempts. The power play, Montreal out at the bottom of the bottom. 32 in the league with 10.5 and did not score on power play in the last 8 games. And they are 0-24 in that moment. The Chicago are 21st in NHL. The penalty kill, both teams struggle. 27 Chicago, 28 for the Montreal Canadiens. The goals for two teams does not score a lot. Montreal are at the bottom and Chicago 29. Finally for the goal again. There are also two teams not very good. 25th for the Chicago, 29 for the Montreal Canadiens. The shot for both they don't shoot a lot. Montreal are 25th. And 31st for Chicago. Finally, the face-off. Chicago a little bit better. 20 in NHL. Montreal is at 27. The leader for Montreal, nothing changed. Zuski with 19 points. Anderson, Zuski 7 goals. Allen still at 5th. And then finally, Chariot is at 23-30. For the Chicago, the veteran Patrick Kane lead with 32 points. The Brincat continues to performing year after year. A scorer machine, 23 goals so far. Zed Jean dominate for the TOI with almost 26 minutes with 25-54. Finally, the veteran goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury, he is at that moment with 11 W. The shouting up during that recording video you're watching at that moment. This is really early Thursday morning, so maybe you could have some change until the game start tonight. So it's possible. Just pay a little bit more attention during the day. What could happen about change for the roster for both teams? Montreal is 7-24-4. Chicago 19-11-2. That's not true. That's a mistake for me. It's a 13-18-4. The away Montreal is at 2-14-3 at home 5-10-1. We expect Montembeault versus Fleury tonight. The last 5 games, nothing changed. 1-3-1 for Montreal, but the goal differential is increasing at -11, guys. Only 10 goals, and the last 5 games has gave them an average of 2.0. 0-19 power play last 5 games, but 0-24 at that moment for the Montreal Canadiens. PK 4-21. Allen now struggled with 5-16-2. 3.13, .901. We know he got hurt during the first period. Left before the end of the first period again the Boston Bruins. He's going to be at that moment day to day. The last 5 games, about 3 points. Ski 1 goal. Niku 3 assists. Elonen is at +2. The strategy for Montreal Canadiens, guys, they have a team. Yesterday was rusty. After 10-15 minutes after the first period, I see Montreal Canadiens struggle with their tempo or the pace of the game, and honestly, they cannot score. That's another story, the same story. And finally, the chemistry between forward and defenseman is not there. And I don't see this going to change again tonight with a back-to-back game. The special team need to score on power play, guys. 0-24. They look so bad on power play. It's almost like they should refuse the penalty and just play 5 versus 5. Chicago to watch, again, Kane, Taze, and DeBrincat are the best 3 players for the Blackhawks. Montreal again, 172, 17 goals, 39 against. That gave them, its franchise guy, the minus 22. Unbelievable. The power play guy, 1-28 and 8-39. Just by the number, this show to you why and the reason why Montreal are at the bottom of the league. Frenchy corner. Just pay attention about that one. I have a couple of news for you. First of all, game number 36. This is a new year. It was their first game yesterday, and the same result. They lost again 5-1. So I did not do a post game for it because I have a seminar today. But same result. Marchand with 3 goals, a hat trick. Jake Allen got hurt. The veteran come back at the lineup. We do not see any change. Honestly, the same result. And it's going to be just a long season, obviously. And for the Montreal Canadiens, Petrie back in the lineup is the same Petrie you see since the beginning of the season, like a ghost on the ice. Does not want to go deep. He just want, honestly, to be honest with you, the body language I see of Jeff Petrie right now, he just want to get out. I apologize if I hurt or offense one of you fans right now, but if you are a fan of Jeff Petrie, but the way he play right now, he said you cannot put all the responsibility. He's not only responsible, it's not what I said. The body language, the way he show, and all the lack of intensity and working hard and one more passion. I don't see this on the Jeff Petrie body language at that moment. Mistake after mistake, turnover, gave away puck, and he does not want to carry on the puck too much, and he just looked like he's not interested to play hockey at that moment. No chemistry, not good enough. Like I said, they played the first 10 minutes, did not do very well yesterday against the Boston Bruins. They look tired. They look like not in great shape because they was off for 15. Rusty, always said to you. And no chemistry between the forward defensemen yesterday. By the transition or the passing was not there. A lot of gave away puck yesterday. Jake Allen out again, unfortunately injured during the first period. After the first goal of the Brett Marchand at the back door, we can see right away, something was bothering him at the lower body. So it will be interesting to follow up with the situation with Jake Allen. The bottom of the league, finally we are at the bottom of the league. That's what the fans want. Some of you want, some they are really upset. As an old fans of Montreal Canadiens, some of you are like me at my age. This is really not fun. It's not great. And to see all those times the team that in 16s, 70s, and 80s, and 93 with Patrick Roy, those kind of glory, those times where the Montreal was the best of the best, and now to see that team at the bottom, I'm really, really not only frustrated, disappointed, and upset about where we at that moment. Can't blame anything, I understand that part, but it's not fun. You can say, oh, we can get the first round. It's not the way. It's the way we play. We don't represent what the Montreal logo was for many years. That's what I'm most disappointment about the team at that moment. It's the blood of the French people in Quebec. We carry on that team with passion, with dedication, and with love for the players, for the team, for the logo. And now with no power of see those kind of players with no love of the game and not show much, look like they are there just because they are there, and that's it. For me, it's really really sad to watching game after game this season, to be honest with you. Gordon Watch, yes, is watching, and yes, Nico, Whiteman, Armia, Parkett have to go. For what I saw yesterday, there are no reason to be a part of that team, obviously, if I was Jeff Gordon at that moment. get bigger. You can see yesterday the physicality of the Boston Bruins was better at Montreal Canadiens. We have only Pesara, and that's pretty much it. Is that Whiteman is going to fight? Montreal have to get better, bigger. That's something Jeff Gordon, because people ask what Jeff Gordon does, but he take a note. And I'm just telling you right now, I'm sure what I saw, that's what he see also. It's just not right to keep those kind of players about that one over there. Finally, Chicago not much better overall. Finally, I want to talk about the game today. And Chicago is the same boat like Montreal Canadiens, a little bit better overall this season with 13 W. But at the end of the day, statistically, with their stat is not better at Montreal. They are most of their stat at different area of the categories for the stat are at the bottom in the league, also with the Montreal Canadiens. Let's move on now for the next head-to-head team. I'm not going to, like I do all the time, I'm not going to go one by one. I just want you guys maybe take time to stop the video and looking for the each categories where are they for the rank for both team. You can see it's not prettier in Chicago compared to Montreal Canadiens. The same thing for the defense and goaltending, difference between Montreal and Chicago. Offense, both teams are at the bottom. Many, like you can see the number of 32-31 for both teams. Then let's move on to the play driving. And again, the percentage is pretty much even between the Chicago and the Montreal Canadiens. And finally, look, this is the lineup roster for the Montreal against Boston Bruins. Honestly, we don't know with the COVID-19 if Romanov can, excuse me, if Romanov can come back. Gallagher injury, a couple of players was on the ice yesterday. I don't expect 240 Anderson back. Would be interesting. But for what I heard from Dominic Chum yesterday, they doesn't expect Romanov to be back tonight. So it'll be interesting. We know Primo will be a backup. Can he become the starter tonight? I'm not sure. But this is the same lineup I expect against the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. For the Chicago Blackhawks, a couple of injuries inside that team, but you can see the lineup came with Rickel is a draft 2020 for them. The rookie Strom, Debrincat with Taze and Kubalik, Kurashev, Dak, and Buckstrom. And at the bottom, you can see Carpenter. The six defensemen, we're missing Seth John. They have a couple of cases of the COVID-19 inside that team. At that moment, I'm recording this video. I'm not sure they're going to be part of the game tonight, but it would be interesting to see that. But right now, they hand with Murphy, Stillman, Galvas, John, Caleb, and Gustafsson. Again, another team where the lineup is not, great like the Montreal Canadiens. Would be interesting to see what they're going to do. And then finally, Montreal Canadiens, we know their next game was supposed to be Saturday at home. Again, the New Jersey Devils, the game was postponed. The Montreal are back in Montreal. The Montreal Canadiens are back at home tonight after the game. They're going to stay home until Sunday. And then they're going to returning on the road for 5 more games after that. And their next game is going to be Monday. Pay attention, the game starts at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. It's holidays, Martin Luther King holiday in USA. So it's going to be 1 o'clock in Arizona, where that team beat the Toronto Maple Leafs yesterday by a score of 2-1. Guys, that's what we had at that moment. Unfortunately, Montreal again, they lost again at Boston Bruins 5-1. Back-to-back game tonight. What your expectation, Coach? Chicago 3, Montreal Canadiens 1 or 2. I don't see a W for the Montreal Canadiens, unfortunately. Let's conclude another pre-game show for the Montreal Canadiens. Your Bleu Blanc Rouge. But before we leave, I want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you. Don't forget to click on the likes and subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show. Tell us what your prediction of the game between the Chicago and Montreal Canadiens. And finally, I wish you an amazing, blessing day, everybody. And mes amis, ceci termine une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur Coach Frenchy. On se revoit plus tard pour une autre vidéo avec coach pour le Montréal Canadien. Finalement, je vous invite, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner. Cliquez sur le petit pouce en haut et dites-moi c'est quoi votre prédiction entre les Canadiens de Montréal et le Chicago Blackhawks. Je vous souhaite une très belle journée et on se revoit un peu plus tard.